Finally. All right, I do actually have both of my red sources now.
All right, well, let's see your high-end red plays. Because come to think of it, you only played one red card last game.
Thing is, I'm only at six, and I kind of need. You know what? I don't like the Felidar Cub, so I'm gonna bolt the Keranos it.
You're gonna bolt a Keranos it, huh? All right. Deal 3 damage to target creature. Player, scry 1. Well, the thing is that I do have the option to put it on the stack.
Yes, you do.
So I'm going to put it on the stack, and I'm going to target the Genju of the Falls.
Okay. So, unattach. My Genju is destroyed. My Bolt of Keranos resolves, and I get to scry one.
No, it doesn't, because
Oh,
the bolt of Keranos has to deal damage to target creature
no, it
or
doesn't.
player. But I thought that if the target
These
is
are
no
two
longer
different
applicable,
effects.
right? But the premise of fizzling is that the
I'm
first
not fizzle.
effect,
I don't fizzle on my scry.
or do you? Would you like to take a moment to look into this real quick?
All right, I will attempt to look into this. This will be a moment,
Right.
viewers. Sorry.
So while Gerdat does his search, and I imagine that the proper question to ask is, does if a target if in Magic the Gathering, targeting is checked both during the casting step and during the resolution step. That's why if you put abilities that give creatures hexproof, for example, on the stack, then during the resolution step, when the spell checks again to see if the target is legal and then is determined to be an illegal target, then the effect is null and void. In Magic, it is called fizzling also, and it fizzles not just the part that concerns the targeting aspect, which in this case would be target creature takes 3 damage. It also has repercussions for the rest of the effect of the card.
So my hang up here is that these are two different effects, Mr. Cloud.
That's correct, but that also is the premise of fizzling, is that it does not the relatedness does not necessarily enter into it. Is that you either get your target or you lose the effect of the entire card.
Except my targeting is, except my scry isn't dependent on that target. And the rulings that I'm pulling up for Bolt of Keranos are all related to scry specifically.
Okay, Magic the Gathering. What happens when the target? What happened? Targeting rules. Okay.
Okay, then.
Let's see what Google's AI generation says. Targets are chosen when a spell or ability is played, but the choice of whether to perform an optional action is made when the spell or ability resolves. They must choose a target, and then they repeat the process for remaining target. Up to X targets can be played with no targets. What is the rule? What makes a target illegal in Magic the Gathering? A target that's no longer in the zone it was in when it was targeted is illegal. So that's what we're talking about right now.
Okay.
Can you cast if you cannot target this? Oh wait, no, that's a different question entirely. So the rules agrees that if the target is gone, which in this case it is because it just so happens that Felidar Cub has to sacrifice itself in order to use the effect, and you can only target cards on the you can only target creatures on the battlefield with that. What? Okay, what happens to spells that target when the target becomes illegal? Let's see if AI is sophisticated enough to answer this one. What happens to spells that target when the target becomes illegal? If all of its targets for every instance of the word target are now illegal, the spell or ability does not resolve. This is from mtgfandom.com. It's removed from the stack if it's a spell and put into its owner's graveyard.
Okay.
Otherwise, the spell or ability will resolve normally.
Okay. So I have a second ability on Bolt of Keranos that allows me to scry.
second there. Okay, so you still hold that you still get your scry.
Yeah, because my spell still successfully resolves.
And this is a very I Okay, well here's another listing from mtgsalvation.com.
Okay.
The answer is when all of the targets of a spell are illegal, if they are all dead, for example, then the spell is... Well, I mean, okay. The guy says the spell is countered and none of its effects occur.
Except, very specifically, you're not countering my spell. Counter is a very specific state in Magic.
Well, it's a very unfortunate choice of words that guy chose. Target becomes illegal. I mean... Affect the rules clarifications on illegal targets from Reddit. Isn't it wonderful that we have just a wide variety of sources we could consult in order to reach a consensus on questions like this?
And almost as wide a variety of answers.
Please continue. Handling illegal act takes an now it's talking about. Okay, this is. Well, this is similar to our thing because we're just clarifying if the target is still legal during the resolution step. If the creature dies before resolution, it's an illegal target. If the creature gains hexproof or shroud before the effect resolves, then it's an illegal target. So this guy says hexproof targets are illegal targets. If there's no legal target, you just can't cast the spell. This is because for a spell to be placed on the stack, you must declare targets for it. Think of it as part of the cost. If you casted the spell legally, but the target becomes illegal before the spell resolved, then the spell fizzles. Nothing happens. Put it in the graveyard. No refunds.
Okay, I have a second ability on this spell.
That's what these guys are saying is that it doesn't matter.
What other spells are they comparing this to, though? Because I understand a good portion of these would specifically be dealing with additional damage or additional target triggers. Thing is, I'm paying 3 mana. I'm paying a red mana to scry one, and I'm paying a colorless and a red for a lightning strike.
Wait, okay, well now you just opened up a whole can of worms with that statement. So here's what we're going to do. Let us both agree that it is wonderful that the internet is like in everybody's pockets, that we have search engines which now, thanks to AI, are becoming increasingly sophisticated and good at like gathering information so that human beings like you and me can form a decision based on the criteria that we have and the data that we gain.
Except they're getting worse at it.
So I'm going to let you get your scry just so we can get on with it. I still hold... it looks like we're just going to have to agree to disagree on this one.
All right. I'm going to keep that there. All right. So, I do believe... because Bolt of Keranos is a sorcery. It was my turn. Then... I'm going to end.
All right, you're going to end your turn. Loyal Pegasus is all by himself. He's quaking in his little horseshoes. Let's see what I can do now. I can cast for 3, 2, 3. I can cast my divination.
Sweet.
Ha ha ha. 2, 3, and I got a land, so I can play it. Wonderful. Let's play for 2. The Kami of False Hope.
Okay.
And then I'm going to end my turn because I can't attack you with the Pegasus.
All right. So, I'm going to draw. I'm going to put down this island. Then I'm going to spend 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, in order to play the Oracle of Bones. So, are you going to pay tribute, Mr. Cloud?
Oh, shit. It's one of these again. Okay, well, it naturally has haste, so at least that part doesn't enter into it. So... If I deny it 2+1/+1 counters,
I get to cast my Bolt of Keranos again.
Oh, Jesus Christ. But your instant or sorcery can be anything. You know what? I'm gonna deny you tribute.
All right then.
Bring it on.
So, yeah, I'm gonna cast my Bolt of Keranos on.
It's another Bolt of Keranos
on your Loyal Pegasus.
Oh, thank God you didn't choose the Kami. Okay, all right. Loyal Pegasus is now dead. It took 3 damage.
All right, so I scry 1. I'm gonna kick that to bottom. So, do I want to do? I do not think I want to do that, so I will end.
Ah, so you're not going to attack me, huh?
I'm down a bit, and I kind of was hoping that you would pay tribute. That way, I could, even out the score. But
yeah, such is true. Such is true. I'm going to play another Temple of Enlightenment and take a moment to pay heed to the gods, especially the gods of chance and fortune. I'm going to leave that card on top of my deck. This is getting fun. Well, here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to swing into you with the Kami of False Hope because, God damn it, this is a war. Somebody's got to hit each other.
I'm going to declare Oracle of Bones as a blocker.
All right. Well, that's interesting. So we'll go to the damage step, and they kill each other.
Oh, I was hoping you would misplay and actually use Kami's ability. Oh, well.
Now, what? Well, you see, the interesting thing about that, Mr. Gerdat, is, just as we spent the previous 7 minutes talking about the consequences of removing targets in the middle of an action, Kami of the False Hope was the only source of damage that turn. So by killing himself, it's redundant.
Okay. All right. So, I am going to spend 8 in order to cast my Archetype of Endurance.
The archetypes. I love the archetypes.
I actually like the archetypes too, but this is honestly one of the worst ones.
Yeah, it's because he's dumb expensive. That's basically
like Archetype
why.
of Purge is just way better. Granting your creature's first strike is usually way better than Hexproof.
All right, well, there's the card that I left on top of my deck. I am going to pay 5 to cast the Hero of Goma Fata.
Okay.
My 4/3 boy. Creatures I control gain indestructible until end of turn. If only I could do something cool with that. I'm going to pay 2 to cast another Felidar Cub. And then I'm going to end my turn.
Oh, you're not going to sack him?
Well, why would I? Oh, no. Creatures you control have hexproof, sir. I can't target him because he's also creature type.
Doesn't hexproof specifically prevent targeting by sorcerers and instants? I thought it was... I thought creature abilities actually evaded hexproof.
Let us consult the ever-infallible internet once again. This is a much easier question.
Yes, this is much easier.
MTG, what is hexproof? Or actually, you could just drop the what is part and just put MTG hexproof. Okay. Hexproof. From... Let's get the listing from MTG Fandom. As soon as it loads the fucking page. Hexproof is an evergreen keyword ability that it prevents a permanent or player from being the target of spells or abilities played by opponents.
Okay. So yes, it would actually block Felidar Cub.
Correct, because although it is an enchantment type, it also has to enjoy all of the benefits of being creature type, and you have an ability on the board that says creatures you control have hexproof, so I cannot target him.
Okay.
Logical reasoning.
All right. So, you ready for some more tributing, Mr. Cloud?
I love it.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to cast a Flame Wreath Phoenix. So.
Oh, it's a different one.
You gonna pay tribute or not?
It gains haste and has when this creature dies, return it to its owner's hand. And if I do pay tribute, you have a goddamn 5/5 with flying, which is actually pretty scary. I'm gonna deny this guy tribute too. I'm just keeping my gold this game.
Ashes.
Or does it demand human sacrifice?
All right. So I'm gonna swing at you for 8. 3 in the air.
Oh boy, swinging for 8, huh? All right. Well, I'm gonna eat every last one of that. 9.
Yeah, 9. My bad.
You're swinging for 9. Okay, so I go down to 8 life points.
And with that, yeah, I'm gonna end.